Hey folks, Mark Reed here of Zen Sammich fame and fortune. Give a listen real quick to Jim Carrey talking with Norm Macdonald on Norm Macdonald Live about an encounter he had with Tommy Lee Jones during the filming of one of the Batman movies.
It was at a restaurant, and the maitre d' said, "Oh, Tommy, I hear you're working with Tommy Lee Jones. He's over in the corner having dinner." And I went over and I said, "Oh yeah, great." I went over and I said, "Hey Tommy, how you doing?" Like that, and the blood just drained from his face, like he had been thinking about me 24 hours.
You'd already done the movie.
It was just fucking no. It was before the biggest scene we have together in the movie, and the blood just drained from his face, and he started shaking, and he got up and he went like this. He must have been in mid-kill me fantasy or something like that. He was like like this, and he went like to hug me, and he said, "I hate you. I really don't like you," like that. and I said, "Gee, man, what's the problem?" Like that. And I pulled up a chair, which probably wasn't smart. And he said, "I cannot sanction your buffoonery."
And there you have it. Not everyone is going to sanction your buffoonery. But you know what? Go ahead and be a buffoon anyway. You don't have to be Jim Carrey, but I do want to make the case for tapping into your inner child. And not just the way that you might play, and the way Jim Carrey does, or how you might have played as a child and interact with the world, but in not losing your childlike wonder either. And that's the focus of the Zen Slider, or shorter, more compact Zen Sammich episode.
You're listening to Zen Sammich, a podcast for the independent mind and anyone who embraces life despite its absurdities. Join former attorney and professor-turned-Japanese papermaker Mark Reed each week as he talks with creative, inspiring, and influential people, or as he shares his own research to help make your world a little better today than it was yesterday.
So today we embark on a fascinating exploration of the inner child and its profound connection to Zen. Within the realms of self-discovery, we can find harmony between adulthood and the childlike spirit within us all. So the first question, of course, is this: what the hell does that even mean, to find your inner child? We so often find ourselves consumed by responsibilities, stress, and the weight of adult life. The carefree, playful nature of childhood often gets overshadowed. But I believe that within each of us there resides an untamed spirit yearning to be rediscovered. The inner child represents our true essence, our purest form of being. It's the part of us that knows how to find joy in the simplest of things, and how to be curious and open to new experiences. Somehow, unfortunately, as we grow up, societal expectations and the pressures of life stifle that childlike wonder. I think most of us know and realize that. But what to do about it? That's the question that lingers. And how does Zen intertwine with the concept of the inner child? Well, Zen teaches us to embrace the present moment and let go of our attachments and preconceived notions. Children thrive in the present, unburdened by the past, mostly because they don't have one yet, and unburdened by anxieties about the future. Zen invites us to cultivate a childlike mindset, an attitude of curiosity, non-judgment, acceptance. Okay, that sounds good so far. So how do we do this, Mark? And make it snappy. I got bills to pay. I got a Zoom meeting in an hour. Well, step one is to pause and reflect upon your current state of being. Are you too caught up in the adult world? Become aware of your thoughts, emotions, and patterns. So many of us are just going through the motions, right? And we neglect to create space for self-reflection. Space to nurture just what it is that you enjoy about being alive. Seriously, ask yourself that question. What is it that you enjoy about being alive? For me, it's relationships and experiences, connections with my wife, with my friends, even strangers I meet. Human connection is vital to enjoying life. Connect with others the way you did as a child. I used to just meet kids in my neighborhood and that I didn't even know, and we would just start playing together. And of course, at the same time, I enjoy solitude, even as a kid. That seems like the opposite of relationships, but really solitude is about the relationship you have with yourself. So yeah, when I was a kid, I did both. I used to love playing with friends from the neighborhood, whether we were playing G.I. Joes or Star Wars. Later that became trading baseball cards and football cards. And it often involved going outside and actually playing baseball or football or basketball. But at other times, I used to play for hours just by myself. I never think of my childhood as lonely at all, but I can remember being in my room by myself and drawing, or just playing with those Star Wars figures by myself and having a great time. I'm not saying you have to get out your old toy box or go buy a finger painting set, although that doesn't sound like a bad idea, actually. But when is the last time that you did just sit and draw a picture or write a poem? It could even be a silly poem. You're not looking to get published here. You're looking to tap into creativity, into wonder, freedom of thought, into play. Life was so much fun as a kid, right? There's no reason for us to ever stop that just because you've got bills to pay. That child is still in there, inside of you. Reconnect with that playful, joyful part of yourself and do it over and over and over and over again. So how can we integrate the wisdom of our inner child into our everyday life, our daily lives? Well, I just mentioned one way through creative expression. Another is cultivating a sense of playfulness by engaging in activities that bring us joy, like playing games or spending time with children or immersing yourself in nature. I used to love to play outside. There were woods behind our neighborhood where I grew up, and I mean, we would just go exploring. I know these days everybody thinks children should be supervised and wear helmets and whatnot, but back in my day, we basically just ran off and played in the woods. Well, if you're listening to this, you're an adult and you don't have to have supervision. You can go play in the woods now unsupervised without a helmet. And when you do things like that as an adult, it invites the inner child to come out and play. It revitalizes your spirit. It restores your vitality. And it brings a sense of balance into your life, particularly if you're running around doing business all the time, networking all the time. And here's the point where finding your inner child is deeper and more meaningful than you even think. Because it's not just about play and being silly or like Jim Carrey, a buffoon. It's more than that. Just as we would show kindness and understanding to a child, extend the same love and care to yourself and others. Recognize the inner child in others. Even if they don't yet, recognize that it is in there. So embrace the imperfections of others, just as you would a child. Forgive past mistakes. I'm not talking about murder or adultery here, but lapses in judgment or sheer clumsiness. Forgive yourself. Forgive others for those things. Allow yourself to experience moments of pure joy without judgment. Don't judge others for being silly, for dancing or singing, for being a buffoon. And that's it. That's it in a nutshell. Play and forgive. At the same time, it's as simple as that and yet as deep and meaningful as that. So here's your 5 minutes in. It's this. Remember that finding your inner child is a lifelong journey. And it's not about regressing into childlike behavior or childish behavior, but rather reclaiming the qualities that bring us closer to our true selves and to others, closer to creativity and imagination, and to childlike wonder. It allows you to infuse your life with playfulness and joy, and my favorite, best of all, laughter. I hope this inspired you to embark on your journey of self-discovery and embrace your playful spirit within. If it did, we sure could use your help. You can help this show continue on its journey with something as small as a $5 donation. Go to zensammich.com and you can find 2 different ways that you can support the show there. One's through Patreon. Another way is directly through PayPal. Every little bit helps. I'm so grateful for your generosity. So that's it. Stop listening to podcasts now and go play outside. Rediscover that inner child every day. And most of all, breathe. Don't forget to breathe.